Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Now, this is going to be a timeless read, 3-card pick, and it's just going to be about sort of whatever energies or messages want to come through, and then we'll see what the guides have to say, because I've had lots of interesting dreams. I just woke up and I had this terrifying dream that I don't like bridges, that high sense of being up in the air in a car and no way to rectify any kind of error that happens or be able to escape is really scary to me. And in this dream, I was driving up this bridge and I realized the bridge wasn't connected at the other side. So I just put on my brake, but I started to go backwards 100 miles an hour down this bridge, and the brakes and everything weren't working, and I woke up and it was like, whoa, it was really terrifying, and I was really, really freaked out by that. So it's like a lot of people are having crazy vivid dreams, and yeah, comment if you are too. I mean, I haven't had one that I remembered where I was scared and my stomach was actually doing flips because it was so vivid like that. So let me know if you're having those as well. So here's your 3-card choices. You have number 1, which is trust, number 2, which is change, and number 3, which is attraction. And if you're curious, I'm going to have these in my store after. I'm placing these for my friend Madison. And you guys have been really, really cool and been buying her stuff and helping her with her art. So anyway, we're going to start with number 1, trust, and see what that's all about. And hoping the kitties don't come on here because I have a candle and some other things and they like to pop in. So apart from the trust we might develop spiritually with our higher power, self-trust is the basis of other self-trust. Self-trust is a surety that we can rely upon ourselves, that our decisions are valid, that we ourselves matter, that knowing ourselves combined with trusting others leads to better, more informed decisions about all aspects of our life, including our career and our relationships. And a lot of you are at a turning point too, where if you feel undervalued at your jobs or in relationships, you're really reevaluating and going, do I really want to spend my time, my life, or I'm one decision away from an entirely different life. If I walk away from this job or person that doesn't respect or value me, I then have a void for something bigger and better. So really ask yourself that question. And self-trust is far more than a flashy show of confidence. It's deeper, it's farther reaching than that. It's a security at the very core. So no matter what, our wisdom matters, and it is our best. It allows us to flow for faith in ourselves and the way we do things, moving and choosing in our world. So just know that intuitively you're being guided, because self-trust is also full of acceptance of self. As accepting oneself becomes easier, self-trust begins to shine a little brighter too, okay? It gives great momentum in anything we choose to tackle or do. For instance, when I first started this back in October, I trusted my intuition, I trusted my guides, I trusted my vision, because I'm very artistic, that I would be able to, use my time wisely and be able to schedule, a daily public read and be able to align everything and really get a good time frame on things, because that was my one thing that I wasn't sure time management was going to be a strong point. But then when I realized I had so many avenues of work now that I was independently employed, that I had to trust that I could do this, and I did. I wrote things down. That's a big part of it too, writing things down. Our ancestors saw spring and a great thawing as a new beginning. They would walk in the marshes and plains and find newly laid eggs. More than a symbol of fertility and new hope, the eggs meant that the worst of the cold was over and the new life really was here. And that's important, because now it is our springtime and we're all realizing, wow, now we're into this beautiful, restorative time where we can be outside and be in fresh air and watch all the flowers come out. And it's a lovely, lovely feeling, right? So let's see, you also got the High Priestess of Water. And if you guys are curious about the first cards that are out there, those are the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and what I'm using right now, this blue one, this is Wisdom of the House of the Night, and this is another Colette Baron read deck. You can usually tell she uses the same artist for every deck I think she's ever created except for one. So it's a familiar format with beautiful colors in there. So water is a transforming element that flows in rivers. It makes waves on the vast ocean. It turns hard it turns to hard, cold ice, and it disperses into hot steam. Water can change into snowflakes, white fluffy clouds, and rain. When you draw the symbol of water, it signifies a time when things in your life are changing to shape right before your very eyes. Go with the flow, as these changes are powerful signs of wondrous experiences, lessons, and gifts. Even if you don't understand these changes at the moment, you will. Yeah, it's very important that we just be fluid and go with the flow, and we can change our direction as we see fit. Say if something isn't really to our vibration at that moment, all we have to do is take a different course. Like I said earlier, we're one decision away from an entirely different life when we choose it. The thing is, we get a little too attuned to our rhythms and our comfort level, and we need to realize that, you know, when it is a time for a change, you know, more often than not, it's like we just wake up to this realization that, you know, if I want different results, I have to have a different way about doing things, for sure, right? All right, so let's see what this is about. I haven't drawn this yet, and this looks very interesting. I like this. I like this card, and these cards and insights are beautiful. This is about nurturing and taking care of others. So this may represent the nurturing nature of a mother embracing her child, a teacher guiding students, or a master training an apprentice. Each balances a desire to protect and provide direction to those under his care, with a need to also allow room for personal growth. So I do believe this is for a lot of parents and teachers out there. If you chose this group one, you know, we are in a position to teach people the right way to do things and the right way to treat one another, and behaviorally and otherwise, right? So we have to remember sometimes before we speak what is going to come out, because we have to prepare them, we have to inform them, advise them, and eventually there'll come a moment when we need to resist the impulse to reach out, right? Instead, we must let them fall. When they rise again on their own accord, we can take comfort in knowing that we taught them well, right? We don't want to micromanage everything. We want to allow them their own growth. And sometimes that's hard, right? But we just step back. We're like, listen, we did our best. And this is another thing I want you guys to remember, moms, teachers, everybody out there. Know that you always are doing the best with what you have. I realize how difficult it must be for, you know, people with multiple young children. My children, luckily, were a few years apart, and there was only 2 of them. But I see some moms trying to corral, teach, feed, and raise, you know, 3 or 4 children very closely together. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of patience. And just know you're doing your absolute best. And, you know, family is very important. So slow down and really listen and watch what's going around you, so you can create a warm and light environment for them, also so they can trust their self and their growth and their choices that they make as well. So beautiful energy, group one. If you chose group one, that is you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Also, feel free to watch all 3 of them. They're only like 5 minutes each, and you know, each of the writings in these books is beautiful and inspirational and can give you, you know, a little insight to some other ideas as well. So yeah, all my links are down below if you'd like any private reads. Everything's down there. I get to you within 48 hours. Come and see me on my Patreon page. The Love course, I just added a bunch of extra pages, and I'm doing the audio for that today. I'm getting great results, you guys. And just for like $1, you can get this $100 course, and it also helps support the channel. And you guys can get people to communicate with you better and drop the frustrations. Yeah, everything else, Instantgo, everything you can imagine is down there. Come see me on Instagram. I am SparChrist11. I do daily posts. It's a hilarious tribe. We do all these funny memes. It's a really good time. Like, I have to force myself to get off Instagram because it's so much fun over there. So that's you guys, beautiful, beautiful energy. And if you're wondering about this ring, I thought it was so great. There's a process that you can do with fire opals where you crush and condense it, and then it's added to this resin to give it this beautiful sparkle. I'm going to put this in the shop too. But in the light, the yellows and the silvers, it's so, so beautiful. Okay, we're on to number 2, which is change. And this is the thunder moon. And I've got to say, this is why I love learning, because as much as I'm studying my faces in books, I've never heard of a thunder moon. I like moons and I love astrology, and I'm just teaching myself about that now. But comment if you've heard of a thunder moon. I've obviously heard of a super moon, but a thunder moon, I'm curious about that. So anyway, this is say accept change right now. Life is like seasons. It's about change. Take advantage of changing your energies too, and plan ahead. I welcome change and I ride into its energy. One of the great truths in life is that change is constant. It's unavoidable, and we can resist it all we want, but nothing truly stays the same. It's better to prepare for the direct change by setting intentions and building our personal power from the inside out. Like, let me tell you, some people in my family yesterday weren't feeling well, and I woke up and I knew that I had, you know, a workload and that people weren't feeling, you know, super good. So I was like, well, I need to move everything out in this area. And still, it's like, you have to be flexible. Like all these little noises you hear, those are dishes going in the sink in the other room and all this stuff, because we have to just realize, you know, things change. They can't always be the way we want. It helps us to be flexible, okay? Seasonally, there's times of the years that at their essence, a profound sense of change happens, usually the shoulder seasons of autumn and spring. It's at these times that we can feel more easily the shift between one season and another. Nights grow longer, you know, new species appear and they strut their stuff in the spring. We begin to dress in more layers in the autumn. We feel hunger for different foods, right? It's very, very unique. So when we just know that it's not that big a deal and that everything is temporary, and we accept that and we accept change, we can flow fluidly and beautiful into the next stage, right? So let's see what this is all about. Number 10, and if you're curious about these are remarkable as well. These are Oracle of Visions by Sarah Marchetti. Beautiful artwork, wonderful writings. Yeah, I've been really impressed in the last few decks that I've got at the beautiful writings in them. This is about knowledge, research, knowing the facts, being prepared and forewarned. Like I'm always saying too, you know, I'm so proud of the people that come on YouTube and they share their astrology, they share, you know, their tarot knowledge, their historical knowledge, their medical knowledge, all that stuff. But again, I'm super, super proud of the people that do their research and know what they're talking about. Not so super psyched about the people that just hit a button and start talking. That's a little scary. I mean, my videos in total have over a couple million views. I would never, ever just press a button and start talking about stuff I don't know. People, they follow our advice, they listen to us. So YouTubers, especially if you're giving advice on mental health, anything like that, have your research down. And again, have disclaimers. You are not a medical doctor. Let people know what's going on, okay? We gotta, when we're in the public light and we're saying anything, we really need to do our research, okay? It's important. And a lot of you guys do. You start like Colette Baron Reed. I swear this woman probably researches what she does 24/7 and she knows what she's talking about. And even if we're integrating folklore and with science and all this stuff, it has to align and it has to make sense, and it should definitely 100% be true to the best of your knowledge, okay? And again, say this is some information I came across, not this is, this is in the Webster's dictionary. This is, yeah, a lot. It should be factual and really, really honest to goodness. Have some research behind this, okay? As the biggest library, if it's in order, it's not as useful as a small, well-arranged one, right? So you may accumulate a vast amount of knowledge, but it will be far less valuable than a smaller amount that you have not thought over through yourself. And this is from Schopenhauer, Arthur Schopenhauer. It's true, you can have a little bit of knowledge and everything, and that's kind of dangerous. You should hone in on what you want and really know your facts about that. A smaller amount is much better if you have thought it all over and reevaluated it and assessed it, right? So part of the process of assessing a situation from the use of intuition and psychic gifts, but some circumstances may merit a more analytic approach. Being better informed and armed with a greater understanding of the facts and background of any situation might provide a stronger basis to make better decisions. Again, tarot readers, I always ask, can you give me, a brief background, your birthday, your relationship with this person, because it helps set a picture and an emotional picture of what that person is feeling as well, right? It appears that the character in this scene has dedicated necessary due diligence and is armed with substantial amount of information. But therein is a question of how much may be too much. One can be overwhelmed and tied down in detail, suffocated by a volume or unnecessary diversions at the risk of overanalyzing and not seeing the forest through the trees. I bet you, my friend over there in Oxford, if you're watching this right now, girlfriend, this is yours. This is yours. You do not want to be suffocated by the volume or unnecessary diversions. You're practically a genius in my eyes as it is, so don't drive yourself crazy, okay? Yeah, go pick a subject. This is what I do. Like when I did my course over on Patreon, I got what I thought was the people that top in their field. And then I just poured over their information and then the bullet points of that. You know what I mean? People, there's too much excess of information out there sometimes and people can lose interest quickly. We have to hone in on what's important, right? I love this. I love this card so much. I'm going to definitely if any of you guys have a vision board, let me know. I'm making one today. I got some stuff with my daughter the other day and I was so happy, but time being what it is, we haven't begun, but we have all our materials, and I'm going to definitely have that on there, because knowledge is one of the most, basic things for me when I wake up. I'm like, what can I learn today? Because there's so much out there, and mostly I like it to go along the lines of behavioral science and, whatever my tools I need for jewelry and how to strengthen things, and also anything spiritual. I always pick out a few new readers and people with beautiful insights and learn from that, because again, we always have choices, right, of what we want to put in our brains. So do you know the story of the winged immortal in the House of Night who had to choose between the dark and light? Do you know what he chose? Right now you are faced with such a choice. All you need to do is ask, is this for the highest good? The choice you make will be an important step in your life lesson. Remember, even not deciding is a choice. What will be? Choose another card to show what your choice will bring you. So you got the Focus card. Yeah, I'm like, I do believe that no choice is a choice. And sometimes if you're faced with indecision, I start writing. I write 3 things about why this would be a good choice and why this wouldn't be a good choice. Then I let it ruminate, and usually your intuition will pop through and let you know. So this is about focus. If I give you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot it to hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions, have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever your focus is on, so keep your eye on that target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome. Just as the wind can influence the path of the arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. Absolutely, 100%. And I felt compelled to draw you. Guess what? You got the 10 of Cups. Now, in terms of tarot, we all know that is what we want to attain. That is happiness, abundance, great communication, balanced family, saying goodbye to your ego because your soul's voice is coming in to make it shine. Emotionally, you're together. It's about just being placid, content, and basically in the land of gold. You know what I mean? So beautiful energy, number 2. I love that. But again, remember, just focus on what you want. Sometimes there's so much out there to distract us. I didn't look at any of my devices before I set about what I was doing today, because I don't want to get sucked into the land of Instagram and all the fun things before I do what I was promised to you guys. You know what? And I said yesterday too, I was going to put on a crazy outfit and be on camera. It started to rain yesterday. So I am going to try to do that for you guys today, because I do find it's important to try to keep our word whenever possible, or give the explanation as to why that is not possible right now, right? We have to really have some integrity in our business and personal dealings. And wow, look at you. Beautiful group too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So love and light to this group. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. All my links are down below for all my jewelry and my spring bits. Please come see me on Patreon for a $100 course. If you join Patreon for just $1, or any of the other tiers that give you all different kinds of, bonuses and benefits, you get this course. And I loaded up last night with some new information. We're getting great results. I just want people to know that there's just some beautiful tactics and way to go about to get people that you're interested in to communicate with you honestly, uprightly, and quickly, right? No more of this game playing. It's too aggravating. So I got some info for you guys, because it's important. I don't want you guys to feel like you're in the dark anymore. Nothing gets more convoluted and screwed up than personal one-on-one love relationships, because people second guess themselves or their esteem takes a nosedive for no reason. It's very bizarre, but I'm trying to do some calculating and figure stuff out for you over there. So come see me on my Patreon page. Okay, that's you guys. Beautiful energy. Now we're on attraction and the super moon. Okay, let's see what's going on with that. It's so funny. I have all these different little booklets that pertain. Again, if you guys are curious, this is Oracle of Queen of the Moon Oracle, and it's fantastic. I love this book. I've been using it for the last few reads because I just can't get enough of the beautiful insights as well as the artistry. Okay, so this says a supermoon is a full moon because it's the closest distance to the earth and its revolutions. Right now it's talking about you can be magnetic to others right now and attract the good things in your life. You can repel what no longer you wish to attract, okay? Absolutely. But what we don't want to do is focus on what we don't want. Our whole thought process would be, when I want this, I would like this, this would be great. I want this, it's on its way. Forget about what you don't want, because when we start to focus on that, that becomes an attraction in itself, okay? So just positive what you do want. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Put it out there. Avoid extremes that might cause negative imbalances in your body and mind. Think connections greater than yourself. And like I said in one of the prior reads, really when a thought comes into your head, start mulling it over and be like, if I say this and feel this, is it going to make me feel better? If it's not, dispose of it immediately. Fear, worry, ego-driven things, trying to compete, gossip, any of that stuff, nope, not going to do any good. Release it. Now, self-confidence, going for a walk, eating good, thinking good thoughts, writing anything down that's going to help you or benefit you. That's what you want to do. Because look, you're also arriving right now in the Palace of Cups. This is the land of better emotions. This is the place where you are galvanized to do stuff that you know is going to be helpful to you, that is going to put you ahead, that is going to get you firm footing and get you those small results, so you take another and then you get the bigger, better deal, bigger, better deal, bigger, better deal that you knew that was always out there for you in terms of relationships, jobs, commitments, and all of that. You just knew it was there. So we have the reminder card, and I haven't seen this yet. This is Wisdom of the House of Night too. I'm keep reminding people because afterwards people are like, that deck is beautiful. However, I use 3 or 4 decks in a read, so I like to just remind you guys, and always, describe it or the word, and I'll let you know what decks I'm using, because they are like, I get so excited when I see like Cherry or somebody else using a deck. Oh my gosh, the cats are about to knock stuff over. Yeah, stuff that is really, really beautiful. So let me see, number 28. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'll be right back. I got to, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Okay, I'm hoping that I can stop and restart this, but they were about to pull over a whole vase full of bamboo, and it would have smashed and gone crazy. So see what I mean? It's always these crazy distractions. So number 28, that's so funny. But I'm like, sometimes, when you're in a house with a bunch of animals and people, you gotta push on through. So when I provide you with a familiar situation, will you follow the same path blindly or choose another direction? When you draw the symbol for a reminder, you're being asked to remember all that you have learned about life and love up until now. Don't forget what you know already, as if it isn't necessary to learn the same thing twice. Then again, how else do you learn? You keep faith, how to be good to yourself. You can always start again if you make a mistake. If you stumble, I will surely catch you. Remember what you know. Absolutely. It's a reminder that, guess what? You've been through things and things has happened to you, but guess what? It wasn't the end of days for you. Did everything stop? Was something utterly horrific? Probably not, right? You probably got back up, dusted yourself off, and then was able to renew, restore, and begin again. I know continuing like right now, often it's like I like to wake up, have a cup of coffee, and have a moment to myself, but I just don't have that today. But I'm like, I can do that in a minute. I don't have to have it how I always plan or want. I'll have some destructive, crazy people and cats around me, but I work around it. We just have to, know we can always begin again. This is about common goals, shared values, and being in unison. So this card shows a sense of belonging. We are at one with the surroundings and our relationships with others. We can move together with a common direction and purpose. Our presence is accepted and welcome. Remember that. Don't second guess yourself in a social situation. Other people are so tied into what they're doing and how they seem to others, they really are paying very little regard to what you are doing. But insofar as you make them feel, if you smile at them, that's all you have to really do. You know what I mean? You set a beautiful temperature, right? So this young girl glides effortlessly through a gated lake and the companion of a group of swans. Their speed and direction is in unison. They become in one mind. So I love this because they symbolize finding new friends or a group who shall share similar ideas. This is a strong affinity to other like-minded souls. So this group, I definitely feel like you're pulling in your soul tribe and brand new friendships and relationships, and they're going to create like a harmonious bond and blend with all of you together, and you're going to thrive and achieve together, because these are the people that you can say anything to, and they're going to, really listen to your ideas, and, they hold you in high regard because they're thinking along those same lines. How can we get out there and create, be, and looking at things with a sense of wonderment and excitement, right? You've seen those people that sit in a cafe at brunch or whatever, they're bored as hell. They're not even attempting to talk because they are not really ebullient people. They're not people with a bunch of vitality. They're people that just go out and spend money and want to be seen. But then you have people that are just walking along the beach in the park and they're laughing their head off. They're eating burritos, they're having a great time because they enjoy each other, right? They just love each other. And these are the kind of people you're going to run into, and they're going to make you feel happy, sound, full, elated, and you're going to be excited to see them, and you deserve it. Because I feel some of you people have had a little bit of a dry spell where you were in hermit mode. Now you're like, you know what, it's spring. I want some friends and I want some people to hang out with, and they're going to come for you. So beautiful energy for you. Feel free to watch the other ones as well. They have some fun insights. So love and light to this group. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, yums. And the gray arrow will bring you down to all my links down below. My Etsy store, all the jewels are in there. The spring stuff is popping. I'll put this fire opal ring in there too. Everything is going to be in there, and I put some pieces on last night. I made a dragonfly turquoise necklace that came out so beautiful with shell, and it was amazing. I saw a dragonfly card yesterday in one of my decks, and I was like, oh, I need to make a dragonfly necklace. It's like spring has sprung and we're all ready to rock out. So love and light to you guys.